I want to know Christ and the power of his resurrection. Who doesn't want that? Sounds great. And the fellowship of sharing in his sufferings, becoming like him in his death. And it's like, you're going to need the resurrection of Jesus because you're going to walk through the valley of deep shadow with Jesus. But the good news is you will have fellowship with Jesus in suffering. And that's just an extraordinary thing to be promised. And then it's an extraordinary thing to experience that, I've never known Jesus better than when I'm in the darkest valley. And, and I never knew that Jesus is all I need until Jesus is all I have. And that's been the testimony of so many Christians, and certainly been my testimony, that Jesus is just so good. And that doesn't mean a kind of a prosperity gospel of you come to Jesus and, instantly you get a girlfriend and you get money and your skin improves, and like it's no, he meets you in the darkest valley. But then if you've got your head screwed on right, you wouldn't want to be anywhere else than there with Jesus. And so that's been sort of my experience over the last 20 years. And it's just a real privilege of mine to be able to introduce this same Jesus to others.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
I find that super relatable too, because for my story, I walked away from faith as a teenager because I thought Christians were hypocrites. And then at 21, I ended up hitting rock bottom, and no one was there except Jesus. And I, in that moment, gave my life over to him. And I mean, it wasn't all rainbows and butterflies. It was difficult to get myself out of that season of life that I put myself in. And, but yeah, he was faithful to be with me in that wreckage and also call me out from there. Some of the hardest seasons of my life have also been some of the most deep seasons with Christ, where I've just realized that everybody in my life gets kind of peeled away and I'm just exposed, raw, and broken. And the only one that can meet me in that is Christ. Humanity likes to run away from uncomfortable feelings, but I think sometimes we need to be exposed in the face of Christ and just be okay with that vulnerability, because he is the one and the only that will sustain us, will offer us hope and healing.
Yeah, absolutely. And for all these people coming to faith and people that are reaching out, probably you get people reaching out to you. I mean, probably Glenn, you probably get tons of people reaching out to you as well that are like coming back to the faith. But is it going to stick when something gets hard? Are they, the seed that is on rocky soil? Are they the seed that is going to grow? What kind of seed are we looking at? Like, so how do we, as people that feel this calling to share the gospel and share the word and spread this, and, called to do it online or whatever, how do we have the seed fall on good soil? I think that maybe is part of what we're trying to do, right? We can't bring them to Jesus, but we can maybe help nourish that soil.